This is Sherry Methling with Ancient Healings Around the World, here to bring to you today 15 signs that your angels are with you. That's right. How do we know that our angels are around? Oftentimes they're trying to communicate with us, and they give us different ways to let us know that they're there. The key is to be present and aware, because they do have a way of letting us know when they are present. The first one is feathers. I got a feather today, actually. Here it is. It's little, but it's a feather. You probably can't even see it. Feathers, they just show up randomly. That's right. It could be a white feather, a blue feather, a red feather, whatever it is. It could be at the beach. When you see a feather, you ask yourself, what was I thinking? Was I worried? They just want you to know that they're with you. When you see the feather, they're with you. And most of the time, that is either your guardian angels, spirit guides, teachers, masters, or angels when you see the feathers. Okay, sometimes it could be an ancestor or a loved one, but the majority of the time, these are usually your guides. Number 2, shapes. Shapes. What do I mean by shapes? Well, in the clouds, or in a shadow, or maybe in a piece of furniture, or maybe you're walking along the ocean and you see a heart-shaped rock. All right, they come in the form of shapes. It could be an angel in the clouds, or a formation of a heart in the clouds. Whatever it is, you'll see this shape, and it could be a loving angelic shape of some sort. All right, and then you know that's a confirmation that they're with you and around you. Number 3, scents, like a smell, an odor, also known as clairaudence when we're picking it up. All right, so a scent would be, it could be an unidentified, sweet, heavenly scent. And most of the time, that would also be your angels that are working with you. Otherwise, a scent of maybe a cigar, or even a perfume that maybe your grandma wore, okay, or your mother. A scent will remind you of one of your loved ones. If it reminds you, then they're there. They're present with you. It's very self-explanatory. All right. So number 4 would be babies and pets. Now, what I mean with babies and pets is that their awareness is up here. They have no filters of this doesn't exist, or no, you're crazy, you don't have an imaginary friend, whatever it is. They have no filters. They just see. They're just tuned in, tapped in, and turned on all the time. So they're seeing at a different level. They're seeing in the sixth sense, the sixth realm, which is your third eye, your vision, your clairvoyance. So the baby, it could be looking up at something and starting to laugh because it's watching, whether it be a deceased loved one or an angel. Or the pet will just stand there like a soldier, just staring, because it's also observing a spirit. Number 5, music. That's right, music. A lot of us know how they do try to communicate through music. It could be a reoccurring song that you continue to hear on the radio over and over. All right? You have to ask yourself, what is the song about? Who am I thinking about? Or maybe it was your grandfather's favorite song, and you keep on hearing it. Well, that means he's in your energy. Or you're hearing various songs with a common theme. Okay, so that's information that the angels are trying to bring to you, okay, and maybe directing you and giving you guidance. Maybe it's with a relationship, all right, or decision with your own energy, or moving, okay? So listen to the music, or it could be even a song playing in your mind over and over, and you didn't even hear it on the radio. It just plays in your mind. I know I get the songs playing in my mind, and I know my grandpa's around because it was a song that he sang. All right? So listen to the music, tune in, tap in, see what the common theme is. I remember one time I was getting out of my car, and I turned off my car, and the music kept on playing, and the car was off. And everything was off, and even when I opened and closed the door, the music kept on playing. But unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention. I don't even remember what song it was. And I'm like, oh my God, how can I? I'm always tuned in and tapped in, but I probably was ungrounded and was busy, things like that. So just be aware, be open at all times, because you never know when they're trying to tell you something. Number 6, coins, more so pennies. They just show up in your path. Oh wow, a penny. All right. There's a term called pennies from heaven. I believe it comes from a musical that dates back to maybe 1936. I think with Bing Crosby, but pennies from heaven. And it's so true. When you see a penny there and you were thinking about somebody right before you picked up the penny, or you saw the penny, you picked it up, and then you just thought of this person. Okay, they could even be living. They don't even have to be deceased or on the other side in the spiritual realms. Okay, so, or you could tune in and say, I wonder what date it is. And then if you look at the date, and then all of a sudden different ideas and information starts coming through for the date that was on the penny. Okay, that's the information that gives you a clue to maybe who it's linked to energetically, whether in the physical realm or in the spiritual realm. All right, so pay attention to the pennies and the coins that are on your path. Even somebody gives you a penny or a coin. All right, pay attention. Number 7, sparkles of light or colors of light that automatically just show up in your energy. You could be at home, you could be outside, wherever it is. All of a sudden you see like this light beam or a shooting glare of light, or maybe just even a hazy, foggy look. All right, but angels are beams of light and love. Okay, so when they show up, sometimes you'll actually see with the naked eye some light that just came through. So pay attention to that, and then you can communicate there. Common ways to see angels is through the light, the flashes, the colors. Sometimes it's a violet, it could be any color for that matter. Number 8, rainbows. That's right, rainbows. Now, a rainbow is going to encompass thousands and thousands of people because it's up in the sky. But this is the thing. With the rainbows, not everybody always sees them. The people who are meant to see the rainbow will see the rainbow. And let's say they were asking or looking for answers to their prayers, or were looking for, a yes or a no, and then they see a rainbow. Well, that's a confirmation that your angels are around. All right? Like I said, not everybody is going to see that rainbow, but whoever's meant to see that rainbow will see that rainbow and acknowledge it as a confirmation from the spirit world, from source, from God, from the divine, from the universe, and say thank you, and just see what, when you engage in that rainbow, what information is just coming to you at that time. Engage into that rainbow. What are you bringing me? What are you trying to tell me? And then just see what comes into your mind. The first answer is always the right answer. Don't doubt yourself, even when taking a test. Usually it's the first answer that you go with. Number 9, after rainbows, how about temperature changes? That's for sure. Temperature changes, so it could all of a sudden get warm, or most of the time you'll get the chills or cool sense when you walk into a certain area of the room. Okay, now this doesn't even have to be an angel that is guiding you, but in the spiritual realms, energies that are still walking this earth on the other side. So it's not to say they're good or bad, but a lot of times they still want to communicate with us because there's unresolved business, whether it be with you or somebody they're trying to communicate with on the earth realms. So if all of a sudden you get the chills, I remember my grandma actually used to get the chills all the time. Woo! Okay, and you probably get that too sometimes. Grandpa just showed up, or whoever it is, your mom just showed up. Okay, you're gonna know. You get the chills, and maybe you're thinking of this person all of a sudden. Okay, they just showed up. They said hi. It's like this gust of wind, and then you get the chills from it. Also, when you get the chills, it's like it's an aha moment. It's an exclamation point. It's a yes. Okay, so if you're talking to somebody or somebody's talking to you, and all of a sudden you get the chills, that's an exclamation point that yes, that information is for you. Yes, do that. So there's a little more insight, not so much on the angel direction of the signs, but that's information to take with you. Temperature changes. Okay, number 10, how about feeling? You just have a feeling. Okay, maybe you just all of a sudden feel somebody just walk past you, but you don't see anything, but you just feel it, or you feel somebody's presence in the room. I know a lot of times when I stay at hotels, I not only feel the presence of entities that are there, and I'm not saying it's my angel guides, because I know it's not a lot, I'll even hear them walking in the room. Or another time, I actually felt them sit on the bed, and the bed went boom, boom, like twice. Freaked me out a little bit, yes, because I know it's not my guardian angel, but rather somebody on the other side, and I could hear them walking. And I'm sure it's happened to many of you who are watching this video, if you're tuning in to 15 signs that your angels are present, of course. You're understanding where I'm coming from. And even times you could feel a warmth around you because you're being wrapped into the angel's wings. It happened to me one time, and I have a tendency not to lock any of my doors because I test my theories and I just trust. Well, I woke up, I had this dream, and I could literally feel, and I knew it was my angels holding me and protecting me, and I could feel this unbelievable sense of a heavenly presence and this warmth just holding me. And then shortly after that, within 5 minutes or 10 minutes it was, I got up. As soon as I felt the wings on release, I went up and I locked the door. I don't know what's on the other side, but I think I'll lock it. It didn't seem like anything, but anyways, so you'll get a feeling, a sense, and when you get that feeling, you could acknowledge it or you don't. It's totally up to you. All right. Feelings, senses, what else? Okay, how about number 11 with signs? Advertisement signs. You'll see signs. Something's trying to communicate with you. It could be maybe you're watching television and all of a sudden, like, you're not paying attention to the advertisements on TV. You might be having a conversation with somebody, and then all of a sudden a commercial will come up, and all of a sudden you turn to the commercial, and maybe it's a part of the United States or a part of the world that you're supposed to go to, and your energy was just directed to watch that at that moment. A billboard, something in the magazine that caught your eye, something on the street when you're driving, somebody in conversation keeps on bringing it up to you. That's another sign. Okay, so if you're talking to people and, somebody just told me about Tibet the other day, and then it comes back up, oh yeah, that's funny. Somebody else just brought up Tibet to me too. Hey, get the clue. Go to Tibet maybe. I'm just giving you an example. It will keep on resurfacing, and your angels are trying to communicate with you, whatever the message may be. Maybe it's not to travel, but maybe it's to do something else. Oh yeah, somebody told me to check out that gym. Oh yeah, she says she goes to that gym, or she says she goes to that class. Listen, be open and aware, because they're always there trying to communicate with you, as I said in the beginning of this video. Signs 12, voices. You're hearing voices in your head. They're there. That's called clairaudience. You're hearing. But it doesn't always have to be you're actually hearing a voice, like you're hearing me right now. What it is that all of a sudden you'll get a thought or an idea will pop into your mind, okay? Or a vision or a feeling, okay? You'll hear it playing in your energy in different ways, and you're picking it up through different senses. Or you'll hear a whisper. You could be in bed in a very quiet, relaxed state, and you're very tuned in, even though you're not looking for it, but because you're just relaxed, leaving the mind state and just going into body, into another realm, beta, theta, delta, all right? You're shifting the brain waves. You're just more tuned in, turned on to hear sometimes when they're whispering to us in our ears. Even animals will be communicating with us. Even plants will be communicating with us. When you're really tuned in, you could hear when your plant is saying, hey, you forget about me? What about some water? Give me a little love over here. Okay? So tune into everything. Everything is living. Everything is energy. Even the chair you sit on. Okay? So, again, just be aware and listen and tune in. 12, 13, numbers. A very common way that the angelic realms tries to communicate with us. Now, what does the numbers mean? A lot of times you don't have a book on it, or don't have access to the internet. Well, I'm not going to break it down for every single number here, but be aware of what numbers are showing up in your energy and put the pieces of your puzzle together, okay, and what that number means to you. All right? So if you do get numbers in alignment, be happy, because that means things are in alignment. Whether it's 111, 222, 333, all right? Watch for that. It could be coming through license plates or the clock, numbers just randomly showing up even on a receipt. All right, you could get them through the receipts, and later on you could just write it down and then look it up on the computer. I'll probably have something more in depth in another video maybe on all the different numbers, but there is a book out there by Doreen Virtue, 101 Numbers 101, and it gives you a breakdown of numbers 1 to 999. So when I get a number in my mind or my energy, all of a sudden I'll look it up in the angel book, and she's a person who channels with the angels 24/7, so she's very tuned in to what the angels are relaying to us, and 9 times out of 10 it is dead on, right, and exactly what's going on in my energy. All right, so be aware with numbers. Write them down if you're not in the presence of looking it up when you're in the middle of a conversation or at the bar. All right, just take note of it, look it up later. So numbers, that was number 13, 14. How about butterflies? Yes, that's going to resonate with a lot of you. Oh, butterflies. Yes, butterflies, even robins, are usually an indication that it's an ancestor or a loved one that's coming into your vibration. All right, and as soon as you see the butterfly, you might think of, a certain person. Once again, you'll think of a certain person, and that's who it is. That's who's showing up. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be the butterfly, okay? But it's just that their energy's around you, and they're sending butterflies your way, because it's like, oh, she'll get it if I send the butterflies, around her. She'll get it. She'll pick it up, okay? Or a robin, same kind of indication of a loved one that's around you. So as soon as different clues and signs come into your vibration, just ask the question, who is this? What's the information that's coming through? And just go with your first thought and idea that pops through. And lastly, number 15 is dreams. Your dreams. Now, when you're in a very relaxed state, as I just mentioned, almost like a meditative state, this is when you're most receptive for information to come through from the spirit world, because you're not overanalyzing and trying to discredit what's coming through. It just automatically pops in through your dreams. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, again, with somebody who's deceased. It could also be with people who are living, what they're going through, or the energy between you two. All right? Even if you haven't talked to them in a while, there's energies being worked out on a different plane, on a different vibration, on a different frequency. All right? Energies are always going. Energies in the present are going in the past, are going in the future. So a lot of times you get information through your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. And sometimes they're very confusing, very symbolic. You could look up online about dream analysis, or extract out different symbols or different animals that show up. Or if it's just a black and white kind of dream where you know the person and what's you, and it's just telling you verbatim like a movie what's going on. So just pay attention to that, tune in, be aware, see what's coming through. With that being said, those are the 15 signs that your angels are with you and around you to give you confirmation and validation. Pay attention, be aware, be open. If you ask, it is given, right? Isn't that what they say? If you ask, you shall receive. So with that being said, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. Stay tuned. This is Sherry Methling with Ancient Healings Around the World. Thank you.